My name's Doug Dixon. Married with 3 kids. My wife's John Teal, daughter Ashley, got a son Kyle and Michael. 47 years old. This will be my 6th time up the trail. One finish, 5 DNFs. I have a company, Fine Line Interiors. Kind of really started this Iron Dog thing. My dad built gear bags for the first racers, and I took over and helped do that. Now I run the business, and so that really got me excited about racing Iron Dog, doing all the gear bags for different guys, and so here I am, giving it a whirl. Yeah, my first race was 2010, and got 2nd place, and then raced again in 11, broke down in Nome, and raced again in 12, broke down in Manly, raced in 13, broke down in Galena on the way to Fairbanks, and then last year broke down on the way into Nome. So had 5 disappointing years and 1 good one.
What keeps you going in this after all these years?
Oof. I guess
what
really makes me want to race now is just to finish again. You know, to after finishing your first time and doing good, and then going 5 times and having bad luck, it makes you want to get out and cross the finish line one more time and be done. And I'm 47 years old, so my competitiveness is still there, but the body doesn't recover as fast as it used to, and I can tell I'm slowing down, but I think I still got it in me. I guess the thing that keeps me going and in the race is, you know, I am friends with 80% of the field are friends of mine, so it's a really a fun race to be out there being competitive with your friends and trying to, you know, beat them and you know, have a good finish, and sometimes with that, you know, you're hoping that your competitors have problems. You know, maybe they break down more than you, and that's kind of a catch because they're your friends too. So you don't wish your friends bad luck, but you kind of do so that you do better. But that's a big part of it. I like being with the guys and out riding, and you know, I've always tried to be competitive and into sports and all that stuff. So it's a way to kind of fuels you.
Do you ever get a point where people help you out on the trail?
Yeah, there was. There is a lot of that. Now there is some teams that probably are not as helpful as other teams, and but there was a year, I think it was 2011, that we had a bunch of snow, and so me and my partner going down the trail, and he blows a corner and he's stuck in the snow, and we can't get our rigs out, and here comes a friend of mine, Matt Spurnack, comes up the trail, and I stopped in the trail like this, Matt, and he came over, helped us get unstuck, and then since they helped us, hey, you guys go ahead, you know, get in front of us and go, and then 2 miles up the trail, there he is. He's stuck in the snow, you know, so we stopped and helped him. So there's a lot of that, I think, that goes on. When it comes time to work on equipment on the trail, you know, we're not going to stop and help, and I don't expect somebody to stop and help me, you know, change out a shock or whatever. But being stuck or being turned around or whatever, you still want to, you know, guys are your friends. You're still going to give them a ski pole or what have you. Right. And so that's kind of neat, you know, that there is that bond between your friendship, but there's a line you know, in the sand. We are racing. I do want to beat you.
Let's talk about the villages. You know, Anchorage and the village is a different thing, and this race goes through, it leaves Anchorage, gets back into Fairbanks, and once it leaves, you're basically running in Bush, Alaska.
Yeah.
Talk about Bush, Alaska, and your connection to it.
Oh, a little bit of my history. Before I started racing, I flew Iron Dog, flew support for some teams, and so I got to meet a lot of people in the, you know, McGrath, Galena, Unilacleet, and I can consider a lot of those people good friends now, you know, and I, being born in Alaska, consider myself an Alaskan, you know, I'm not native, but I live off the land like everybody else. Yeah, I live in the big city, but we got a cabin in the middle of nowhere, and I hunt and fish, and so I enjoy getting out and being in the villages and signing autographs to the kids that line up. One year in Nikolai, there was 15 kids there, and they all got their book and their marker, and they wanted an autograph. Well, I signed every one of them. It cost me 3 or 4 minutes, but how long had they been standing out there waiting for us to get there, you know? And it's the same. You know, you get there at 4 in the morning, there's 30 people there. That's a big deal for them. Like Iditarod, you know, they got 2 big events that come blowing through town, and so, you know, McGrath's one of my favorite spots. Galena's a good spot, you know. Sweetsers are there, and James and his family took me in like their own for years. So, and Unalakleet is always a quick in during the middle of the night, but I've got some friends there as well, and so yeah, that's one of my favorite parts, being on the trail. And
sure. So this year's race, new partner, new machines, new goals.
Yeah.
Talk about this year's race and the difference.
This year's race, it's a new machine, but same machine I raced these machines last year. Learned a lot. We had some issues that we never seen in practicing, and so we were able to take what we learned from last year and put it into this year's rigs, and got a new partner. Steven's, you know, 12, 13 years younger than me. He's faster than me. He's tougher than me, and so I think when it comes time to, I guess for lack of a better term, he can drag this old man along if we need it, you know. And so looking forward to that. He's been 3 times, finished 3 times, so that's, you know, he's got a good record. And being a Yamaha dealer, he knows the machines, good mechanic, so shouldn't be, you know, between his knowledge and mine of the trail, we should be fine. And we got a good handle on the snow machines this year. They're working really good. We haven't got 1,400 miles on a practice sled and haven't put a wrench to it. So, you know, hopefully our homework pays off. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, obviously the ones that I want to thank to start is my wife. You know, she's, you know, if she didn't support me and didn't back me, then it'd be hard to do all this stuff. And thanks Steven, my riding partner. You know, that's a big deal. And then we got a couple, 3 friends that have put in countless hours helping us build the sled. Steven Spence and Oliver Unruh, Johnny Thompson. These 3 guys have been, you know, hours here at the shop helping us work on stuff. And on the trail this year, we're going to have Keith Monternock flying air support for us. Him and Oliver will be in a plane, and then my dad Jim Dixon and Dave McKay will be flying in a second airplane, hauling parts for us. And so yeah, those, I mean, right off the top, that's the guys that are right here right now that I want to, you know, we send a real big shout out to those. That's who's getting us to the trail.